Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Entertainment only, and yes, my eyes are back red again. I stopped putting the medication on them for a couple of days because I bought myself a new pillow last week. To see whether it was the feather pillow that was setting them off. No, apparently it's not, as I had bought myself a new one. Um, so yeah, continue with the treatment. And I do wonder, as I'm looking down there, and there's Spotty Dog down there. It sort of started when Spotty Dog started undergoing his cancer treatment. So it's very possible that it's the treatment that is coming through his system. So it's called a case of just grin and bear it, because there's nothing I'm going to do, nothing else that's going to happen. Okay, what I want to have a look at in this particular reading is the UAE, United Arab Emirates, where Dubai is located, has come out and declared that they are leaving OPEC on the 1st of May, 2 days' time. Okay, that's interesting. And I think what's happened, what's behind it, is that haven't really read up much on it past, the first paragraph, the fact that UAE leaving OPEC after more than 50 years, threatening instability for the world oil markets, and it will leave effective May the 1st. Now, OPEC is responsible for nearly 80% of the world's oil production. It's a conglomeration of companies that came together and basically between them decide how many barrels they're going to produce, what price they're going to sell it at, etc., and so forth. What I'm really getting is the reason why the UAE is leaving is because they have been caught up in this Persian conflict that had nothing to do with them. They were not involved in any of the decision making, and they're just finding that they're just in this really uh, tangled position where they're getting targeted for something that they had absolutely nothing to do with. I also might have a look in this reading is Jamie Raskin announced a few days ago that the House Judiciary Committee will be investigating Kushner corruption. So I'll have a look at that in a reading as well. But what I'm really getting is that this is the reason why the UAE's exit. So the one comment though, the orange twerp, that's me ad-libbing, has been highly critical of OPEC in the past, and UAE's exit could be seen as a win for him. I don't think it is. In 2018, he told the UN General Assembly that OPEC is ripping off the rest of the world by pushing oil prices higher. So OPEC consists of Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi, and Venezuela. Interesting, Venezuela's in there, and Iran. So I've always gotten that the reason for this conflict in Persia, tied in with Venezuela, is that it is about trying to create a oil baron cartel. Basically what it is, it's the greedy parasites, the hoarding billionaire parasites trying to split up the globe into sectors rather than countries. And I'm getting that this is all part of whoever is behind it, and I don't think we've seen that person yet. The orange idiot thinks he's in charge, but he's just the puppet out the front. This is about creating the oil cartel of the world, rather than actual countries. So Saudis, I don't think, are going to be real happy about this, because I don't think it's them behind it, MBS. Okay, what have I got? Some sort of announcement coming out of the White House, and we've got regret and loss, spilt milk here. I don't think the White House are actually pleased that this is happening. Okay, so let's have a look. Why is the UAE really leaving OPEC? And I'm getting it wants to unshackle itself from the petrodollar. So OPEC must have an arrangement. Now, the petrodollar is an agreement that was set 50 odd years ago that oil would be bought and sold in the quantity, which is barrels, and the US dollar would be the currency used. So what's happening now is Russia and Persia have broken ranks. The Ruskies wanting payment in crypto or Bitcoin or whatever it is, not in rubles, interestingly enough. And Persia wants payment again in crypto or Bitcoin and or Chinese yuan. Okay, why is the UAE really leaving OPEC? Come on down, let's have a look. I'm using the Golden Universal Tarot for those that like to know what decks are being used. Okay. Three of Coins. Well, obviously it's about money. It is about meetings that happened out of sight, behind the scenes, that agreements that were made, meetings that were made. There might be three. No, I'm getting two parties here. They might be siding with Persia. Well, it could be three with the Ruskies, remembering that there's some Persia reps in the Kremlin at the moment. But yeah, this is meetings held out of sight, behind the scenes. It's also my dark money card as well, so which to me signifies the movement of crypto and Bitcoin and stuff, because that's the currency that's used on the dark web. Okay, so we've got here two have come together and are dictating to the third. This might be the UAE. This might be Persia and Rusky. Let's see how this goes. The challenge is pulling out of the agreement, the stepping back, the withdrawing. I assume legally it can, not that the legal situation has any impact on the world stage at the moment, all these war crimes that are happening. But yeah, this is about stepping back, withdrawing, going within, contemplating, looking after oneself first. Yeah, there's an agreement that's been made for them to do this with other parties. So the Two of Cups is the energy underneath it. In the past, we've got a gift that was proffered in the past. Yeah, I'm getting that an offer was made to the UAE behind the scenes to partnership with another party. And and there's the devil. Okay, the energy over it at the moment is they perceive themselves to be chained to this corrupt energy that they don't have any control over. However, the two figures down here, which are the lovers, so this is about partnerships and contracts and agreements as well. They, at the moment, they've found them, or in the past, they've found themselves shackled to this corrupt, abusive energy, and they are taking the chains off. Okay. The immediate future, the Magician, autonomy to create their own future going forward is what I'm getting. Reclaiming ownership of this. I'm getting the word sovereignty. I was going to say the tools, but I'm getting sovereignty here. Externally, you've got the King of Pentacles, so this could be the decaying orange twerp, being seen as not a very good alliance, or it could be MBS. It's about the old hierarchy, the old way of doing things, wanting to hold on to its money through control. Okay, internally, they're looking at this new feminine energy with the money. So externally, we've got this old dying 20th century. Internally, we've got this 21st century energy. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, hopes and fears, the star. I won't say democracy as such because I don't think the UAE is a democratic country, but this is about finding a new balance, becoming the star, the hopes and fears, creating its own star. The outcome, right, some sort of announcement coming out, hidden agendas, announcement from the White House perhaps, the hidden agendas and the regret, or secrets being revealed and the regret. I don't think the White House likes this as the UAE walks away and takes new strategic action with that King of Swords. It might find itself the new target. Oh, I think no. I just think it's if I say the small kid on the block that was part of a gang but found out that the gang didn't protect it. This is about UAE standing up for itself in the face of this abuse and betrayal and walking away from this repetitive abuse and forging its own path with the Chariot. Looking at options with the Seven of Pentacles, prepared to do the hard work with the Eight of Pentacles, to bring about its new technology, perhaps new future, new strategy with the Queen of Swords. It's not going to be easy with the Two of Pentacles. There'll be a bit of a juggle for a while as they separate themselves. But then you've got the Page of Swords, this new. We've got on the back foot defending their position, the Hanged Man looking at things from a different point of view, looking at their options, the smoke clearing and actually having a good look at their options in the face of this conflict with the Five of Wands. And then we've got the Three of Cups, bringing about a new era with the World card. So three joining to bring about a new era. And then action being taken. On the bottom, the underlying energy, strength, looking at new plans, assessing big picture, and then temperance. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting the word sovereignty. I think that's why the UAE is leaving, because I won't say they're the little boys on the block, because they do carry a big stick, but compared to the Saudis and I just don't think they want to be involved in what's happening. I don't think they want to be part of it. So who else is in it? The Saudis, Kuwait, Iraq, Persia, Venezuela. I'm sure there's more in it than that. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. They don't want to be. They're being attacked because of their association, but they have no say, is what I'm getting. It wasn't anything to do with them. And there's that lovers as the lovers, and this new beginning, new agreements, new contracts. Okay, that's really interesting. So what does the oil cartel, now I'm getting that it's whoever is behind the orange twerp, because, what's the connecting factor? It might be MSB, who is the Crown Prince of Saudi. Yeah, it might be actually. Is the one that's pushing this. Yes, this new strategy is going to bring it to a stop with the Hanged Man and the Queen of Swords. This new energy. Are the Saudis the one that are wanting to become the oil cartels? I mean, they've given Kushner endless money. They've given the Orange Felons three sons, Sniffy, Glue, and Damien the Omen, vast amounts of seeding money. Is it the Saudis were the ones that were wanting to become... Right, so there's an announcement here about a false victory coming from the White House. Karma coming and biting them on the bum, though, and you've got the betrayal. Because I know that the orange idiot thinks that he's going to be the boss of the oil cartel, allegedly, entertainment only. But he's just the puppet shoved out the front. He's not astute enough to realise how he is being used. Let's have a look. Okay, so... Okay, let me ask. I'm not going to ask how it's going to affect world oil prices because it'll be interesting. I don't think they're going to... How is MBS, Mohammed bin something or other, Crown Prince of Saudi, how's he feeling about this breakaway by the UAE? How's he feeling? Come on down, let's have a look. Right. Well, it is the desert regions. I know the pyramids are in Egypt, but to me this signifies the desert regions. The Knight of Wands. I think this might have caught them by surprise. This horse is being pulled up with this information. Queen of Wands is the challenge. So again, this feminine energy in regards to this announcement. The Seven of Cups is the energy it's stewing in at the moment. The illusion, delusion, putting out the glamorous choices of power and wealth and vanity and assets, etc. The energy that it's stewing in at the moment, it's like it's offering bling. In the past, here's this agreement again. Oh gosh, there's that devil again over it. I think it's the Saudis that had the UAE chained, because it's just got a different energy when I look at it this time. The immediate future, justice, okay, there may be legal action brought to try and prevent the UAE from leaving. On the back foot, defending its position. Externally, internally. Back up against the wall, guardrails, etc. Unexpected messaging coming forward with the hopes and fears. The outcome being forced to step back with the Four of Swords. This is the negotiator and the diplomat, the King of Cups. Then you've got the Hanged Man and the walking away. Trying to stop the walking away. The Two of Wands, the Temperance, the Magician. Same cards, different order. The Decaying Old King. I think it feels like the Saudis are going to try legal action to keep the UAE in OPEC. Things moving really quickly. Careful what you wish for as the smug merchant, thinking you've got your cups all lined up in a row because you've got the Two of Swords. It could go either way. Three of Wands, which is about trade coming in and going out, and then loss and regret. Oh, big stick, 7 of Swords, abuse of power, secrets being revealed, Tower moment. I don't think they're going to be successful. You've got the Fool and the 10 of Swords here. New beginnings, legal endings, restricted, King of Swords, Page of Swords, making life difficult with the Two of Pentacles, trying to hold on to the status quo. But then you've got the 8 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles. So we've got a lot of swords here, pentacles here, legal action, money action. But then you've got the birth of the new with the Empress and the Death card, the death knell. Yeah, okay. Watch for the Saudis to try and bring legal action. They may try and do so through the US regime to stop UAE from leaving, because I think this announcement's caught them out on the hop, because they are the thuggery on the block bully. This is going to get interesting. It may be projected true, because I suspect they potentially can't be seen as being the ones bringing the legal action. Yeah, juggling the financial situation, and we've got the Moon card, the secrets being revealed, feeling like they've been betrayed. Okay, that's going to get interesting. Okay, I'm going to have a look from the US regime, the Orange Idiot. What's he going to do? How's this going to go down with him? Because if it's taken the Saudis by surprise, it's going to take him by surprise. I have a look at Kushner in a separate reading, otherwise we'll be here forever. Did want to have a look at the Belgium elections, but I think I'm just going to leave it as, yeah, they got finagled. They got finagled from overseas. Let me just put that there, and I think the populists are going to rise up against the result. I don't think the populists, once they're over their shock, they're going to have words to say. And I'm just going to point out, little side visit here. Going back to, I was discussing with my daughter the other day about the election steal from Al Gore, and going, oh my goodness, what a different world we would have lived in. That was a very, very blatant opportunity for the people, the voters of the US, to stand up and say, we will not accept this result. That was obviously stolen. So this is, in the past, the opportunity of strength. As I split the deck, it was a gift in the past. This is about, as we go through life, we're given life lessons, and if we don't learn the lesson, the lesson is repeated in a different manner. This can be on a personal level or on a countrywide level or on a global level. If we don't learn the lesson, we are given the same lesson again in a different format and more severe than before. I always call it the feather, the brick, the Mack truck. So the first is the feather across the face. I mean, that would have been Nixon, Reagan, etc. Then got the brick with Gore, where it was blatantly stolen. And from what I understand, and of course Roberts, who was the Florida AG at the time, under Jeb Bush, who was George's brother, I believe he stopped counting or made some ruling on hanging chads or something, and lo and behold, he happened to become Supreme Court Justice in reward. That was the opportunity, and I believe there was a recount done of Florida which showed that Gore actually won, except that it was like, oh well, it's too late now, we can't go back, blah 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 blah. That was a really important life lesson that was being presented to the people of the United States, to stand up and say, hang on, no, this is not right. But because nothing was done, there was no rolling out the guillotine revolution in the streets over it. We then ended up with the situation we are now, which is literally the Mack truck situation of very, very blatant election stealing. And again, I get a lot of emails and comments and stuff from people saying, "Oh, when will it be over? When will some the cavalry ride over the hill to save us?" There is no cavalry coming over the hill. This is for the people of the US to rise up and say no more. And speaking of which, the next protest, I believe, or singing and dancing in the street, is the 1st of May in 2 days' time. Don't register, just turn up. But yeah, I'm just pointing out that there is there is a lesson, and there is lessons on the personal level here too, that if one just stands back and reaps whatever is given, then this they get away with it. But this is why we've reached this tower moment. So there have been opportunities in the past for not to go down this path. But anyhow, what was I having a look at? I was having a look at the US regime. How are they? Because what will happen is the UAE will move away from the petrodollar, which basically they're breaking up the OPEC, because you've also got Venezuela and Persia in there as well. Okay, what's the steps the regime's going to do? Sorry if I was preaching to the converted. I know you guys understand what's going on. It's just from an overseas point of view. It's just incredibly frustrating. Okay. Yes, incredibly frustrating. Okay, but come on down. These two cards have fallen out. The moon and the sun. So you've got this, we've got a full moon coming up, I believe, Monday next week. So what's that? 4 days time, something like that, 5 days time. The moon and the sun. Exposure of secrets, things getting fully illuminated, an announcement coming from the White House in regards to this, the inability to harvest, well, the force to retreat, or it could be the ill health of the orange idiot to get him out of the way, an end of his strength, walking away, emotionally overwhelming, but also a new beginning. And if that doesn't look like shady, I'm not quite sure what does. Might find, so what's the US going to do? Might find I don't know that they're going to do anything about this particular fact, but it's going to be a trigger. I think it's going to be a trigger to get rid of the orange idiot. Watch for this weekend. Full moon next Monday. He fell being dragged off the stage on Saturday night. He actually fell, went on 60 Minutes and apparently claimed that the Secret Service had advised him to crawl off the stage, which is why he went down BS, biggest BS ever. Gloria, who's been on Denise Knight's lives once a week, has been saying that he's been falling a lot. I've been picking up for ages that he will have a very public fall, and I'm hoping that wasn't it. I'm hoping it's a proper splat collapse at the podium while he's ranting on about something. I think I'm not getting that the US is actually going to do anything about the UAE at the moment, because, leaving OPEC, because they have their own concerns. And then we've got the Queen of Cups trying to keep a lid on an emotional situation, and the Sun card again. Because if the orange idiot was thinking that he was going to set himself up as the oil mogul, mistakenly thought he was. Yeah, he thought he was. He thought he was with the Nine of Cups there. But you've got the infighting. And if he's on the outer, then it's not going to, it's Shady's not going to take this cause up. That's what's happening, because the orange idiot's already on the outer, walking away from this rinse repeat abusiveness. Oh, if I go what's got here, I've got the Page of Cups, what fallen out, unexpected announcement, and I'm just going to bring you down. Abandoning out in the cold. I'm just going to put those ones out there because they're the ones that were talking to me. Walking away and an announcement, and this looks like the again shady action being taken, and quickly moving on, quickly getting out of troubled waters quickly. Yeah, walking away from this crazy idiocy. An unexpected announcement's going to come out. I think they're going to just abandon because you've got here holding on to the money and giving out pennies. I think they're going to get rid of the orange idiot very quickly. An announcement, action being taken to move on from this. You've got the dementia or the gift from the past. Queen of Swords, King of Cups, announcement from the White House, and again action being taken with the King of Swords. I think part of all what's going to happen is the orange idiot's going to get removed very quickly. And therefore, because it was the orange idiot that had the agreements, and it was the orange idiot that had the contracts and agreements, the lovers there, with the Saudis through Kushner and Sniffy and Glue and Omen, that they're just, it's the next phase, the shady phase. Not interested. They're out of that. Shady is tech bro. Oh, now I get it. The orange idiot he's still stuck 40 years ago. He's still stuck in the fossils. Got to control the fossils. Whereas Shady's in the tech bro AI era. Because the orange idiot doesn't understand tech and AI or anything. So they're just going to, no, that was him. No, not interested. You're on your own. See you later. We're over this way. Well, that's going to get interesting. Okay. That is going to get interesting. Okay. I shall see you shortly. Catch you later.